can it be? Showing up with Tony T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, befuddling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning scheme is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
And a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com. This is Ramon Scott. Welcome to the morning steam for Wednesday, June the 12th. Got NBA Finals action tonight to discuss, and of course, Major League Baseball, one game in the WNBA, and whatever you want to talk about with me for the next, 90 minutes, 2 hours, however long you want me here, I guess. Or however long it takes to preview these games and talk about sports betting on Wednesday. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here for the show. Going to get rolling with our sports betting coverage here. I'm watching grass court tennis over from England and Germany this morning, and trying to find some things to take interest in here as far as betting is concerned in the middle of summer. But we got a great baseball card, including some day games, so get ready. We'll preview those in just a moment. But first, we'll discuss what happened, of course, maybe last night in Major League Baseball. Pretty fun day of baseball action yesterday here. And, I don't know what the highlights might have been, but there were some wild games that we had a winner with Washington over Detroit and a crazy one. Little League home runs going on in there. How about the Rays with the 3-run walk-off homer by Lowe? That was big time. Schwarb's a couple of home runs. The Phillies keep rolling. Yesterday, Aaron Judge smashes another one, and the Yankees beat the Royals. So how did you guys do yesterday with Major League Baseball and a big card in the WNBA as well? We had a premium winner with Washington and Atlanta under, but how about Minnesota getting it done against the Aces? Or maybe Minnesota was a big story in sports yesterday with their win over the Las Vegas Aces, the struggling Las Vegas Aces, without two of the best players certainly in the world, that part of their roster. It's just the way it is. And one now, but Minnesota's certainly looking pretty good here. Let me just say hello to everyone. Well, I don't know what else we could talk about other than, hey, let me just before I say hello to everyone, maybe a little commentary here, a little bit of some betting action, right? When we found out yesterday that Joey Chestnut is going to be basically suspended from participating in the Nathan's July 4th hot dog eating contest on Coney Island. Anybody check with ESPN on this? Maybe they do have some specific rules. I guess you can't go signing with, Beyond Meat or Impossible Meat, I think is actually the company, and, expect to participate in the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. We saw them draw the line with Kobayashi years ago, right? And you talk about the greatest competitive eaters, of all time. Sonia Thomas, Miki Suko, Kobayashi, Joey Chestnut. Who else you want to put in that group? Who else do you want to see? You want to see a bunch of bums and we're going to bring back the competitiveness to the competitive eating competition this July 4th? You want to see Joey Chestnut bag 75 dogs. That's what you want, right? So, interesting that they won't have Chestnut. I'm sure they'll be wide open betting now. We can get back to normal instead of just prop betting on the July 4th hot dog eating contest, but doesn't seem to make much sense other than, you know, the hot dog eating contest drawing the line, but ESPN made the hot dog contest what it is. They get the money from ESPN. So something doesn't add up here to me with all this. Maybe a little bit of phoniness, but I'm sure that Joey wants to be there and compete for the mustard belt. I relish looking at this competition every year, but I guess maybe I'll just catch up on the highlights when it comes to this year's hot dog eating contest. Really, Nathan's. I don't know what they're thinking. I mean, they tried this with Kobayashi, and that was fine because maybe we had grown tired of Kobayashi. Maybe there was a little bit of a, dare I say, um, nation dividing. I don't know what, maybe they just wanted to get somebody else to win once in a while, right? And that opened the door for Chestnut. In competitive eating, the best dominate, right? There's really not much, there's no upsets in competitive eating. So, for Chestnut, that's who we want to see. I'm sure that ESPN would, I would think, call the shots in this, but I don't know. I guess there's some politics to it. Nathan's, you don't even have the best hot dog, man. I can name 3 hot dogs better than your green slime carton at the grocery store. I mean, I'll probably start off, of course, with Vienna, Vienna beef number 1. I'll probably go number 2 Hebrew National, number 3 Sabrettes, and maybe I could fit you in there number 4. I'm not going to be watching maybe this year the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Maybe Joey will have a stream of his own and be racing down. Did you see him eat that ice cream the other day? All right, just looking for something to talk about here on a slow week. Of course, it's going to be a big week with the U.S. Open starting tomorrow. Going chalk, you guys. I know sometimes we throw it out there on Thursday, throw out some golfers. Uh, Maybe if you want to put yours in, yeah, maybe I'll look at many other things with the U.S. Open, but just to be cut and dried, I'm going with Scotty. Whatever I can get on Scotty, if I can get 3.5 to 1, I'm on it. I just feel like at Pinehurst, extremely difficult course, right? So sure, did I miss going with Scotty on those chalky prices a little bit? Yeah, but when the rough gets rough, so to speak, at the U.S. Open, I want Scotty in this type of competition as a favorite. I'm not looking for any bombs. I'm not looking for any upsets. I'm looking for a decisive victory on a very, very tough course where who knows what the winner is going to end up shooting here. Could it be just 4 or 5 under par? Could there be just a couple of golfers finishing under par? Could Scotty Scheffler lap the field in a competition like this? So that's my pick for the U.S. Open, and of course Euro 24 getting underway on Friday. I don't believe right now it's going to be a sport that's going to be covered at Tony'sPicks.com. So hope so. But if not, that's going to give us a great opportunity to bring you a lot of great free winners here. Hopefully, I loved the action yesterday in soccer. There's not much going on today. There's one game today that no one's looking forward to. I guarantee you that, unless you're wearing Brazil blue and yellow and green, because the United States is set to take on Brazil tonight. And following the United States 5-1 loss to Colombia the other night, I could only imagine what's going to happen here now. Granted, the U.S. knows, whereas maybe they talk about what the problems is with Berhalter and the coaching situation. Maybe they thought they could trade with Colombia, right, in that game, and the way things unfolded, unraveled. So I'm sure the focus will be completely different tonight. Doesn't mean that the program is in complete shambles right now, but I'm sure much more focused effort. Let's not get beat by Brazil 6-0 here, right? I mean, and look, Colombia 5-1. I mean, Colombia's got a nice club on the men's side. The women's side, I mean, the Colombia women. I mean, other than the United States women, that might be my favorite team in the world. But the Colombia men compared to Brazil, it's not quite there. So could be a disaster tonight. Again, I think the U.S. probably take all the stops to prevent a blowout here. But who knows? Maybe it was the motivation. Maybe this will be something where they can at least pull something out and win tonight in Orlando. Let me go to your comments here and get your take on my Joey Chestnut rant. And again, hey, we'll be able to bet on it this year and handicap. Hey, you don't need either all the info you need. You just go to the competitive, the world, competitive eating side. Ron was here first, and Dre. Hello, everybody, and Lewis as well. Blake and Mike's here. Hello, everybody. Like and subscribe. Here is Dave right now already. He's complaining about the show not getting started. But hey, I'm busy researching my competitive eating takes. All right. And how about that performance yesterday by Skeens yesterday? Chad, hello. And Dave, how about making this a bet possibly, you guys? Anybody want to just try it right now? Dodgers Yankees World Series? I don't think I'm ready to go that far. Oh. All right. See who else I got in here today. I'm scrolling through, find some interesting comments to react to anyway. For now, just replay the song. I mean, has anybody, got it down yet? Wine Time's here, Dre. Who can it be showing up with Tony T? Yes, Ramon SCO to the double T. Befuddling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. Tapping out, they be cashing out. It's plain to see the morning steam is the A-team, Mr. T, and I pity the fools who can't hang. Reported real gains is sort of a freight train. The reported bank rolls are easy to maintain, so get situated and listen to the picks, and it goes a little something like this. I think I messed up 3 words in there. But I hope I finally got it right where I can recite the lyrics to the song. Thank you, PZ. Fernando's ready to do it in just a few minutes here. He's our man. We'll try to go fast, but this is it. I mean, for me, this is it, you guys. This is the pinnacle of sport, just being with you. So I'm monopolizing your time. All right. A few more comments. Anything here? Oh, Thomas. Hey, you know what? We are going old school. We can go back a little ways and find some. Twisted didn't like my take on Nathan. Yeah, I'm a big Vienna man. I order Vienna direct. I order Vienna in bulk and keep it in the freezer. Right. Thank you guys. And crazy day in soccer yesterday. I love the card yesterday and just the World Cup qualifiers. I really don't bet much many friendlies unless it's really barren out there. So just getting through these and saying hello. We'll go over to Tony'sPicks.com. Oh, okay. All right, Justin liked it. Doesn't look good for Seager and doesn't look good for KP. I think that's what we'll talk about just right now, real quick. And my take on the situation with KP before we get into the preview of the game tonight. I'm a supporter of Dr. Chow. If you know I'm talking, Dr. Chow, the former team doctor of the San Diego Chargers, and he's had controversy throughout his career, but basically makes his living now as a sports injury expert and doling out sports betting information in relation to injury information. And it's easy to go on there and even critique people who try to play doctor on Twitter, or maybe even those like me who try to play doctor on Google. But from my experience, Dr. Chow has usually been right in these situations. Breaking down film, hearing what the injury is. I mean, first of all, the first scary thing about the Porzingis injury, right, is the words that they're using to describe the injury. An extremely rare injury. Well, of course, players always come back from extremely rare injuries in, the next game. So what Dr. Chow said was he didn't think that, this was an injury that you could return from. There is some speculation that it could be an injury that you could play through that still will require surgery. It's not related to the previous injury, the calf injury that Porzingis had. I don't know what they were thinking, right? I mean, we were watching the game. The man was obviously laboring there late. It did look like he was in yeah, but it could have been conditioning too, right? Hunched over, but playing a long game after, the 8 weeks of not playing any games. And, this injury looks like a stress related injury, probably something where you're not, and then you're going out and playing an extremely high level. So, what the Celtics have done is you're going to hear a lot of things today, but, I don't know if I'm right necessarily, but usually these are the areas where maybe this is why you come in here with me a little bit. That the Celtics are going to take it out of KP's hands, and he's not going to be the one making the decision here tonight. Whether he plays, the doctors will determine that, and I don't think that will bode well for Porzingis in tonight's game. I don't know if Porzingis can return from this. I'm just a guy in a box trying to make outrageous predictions, but quite honestly, Dr. Chow's usually right, and he says this isn't something you usually come back from. You first heard from Shams, right, describing the injury, and then all the reactions on X about what is this injury anyway. He had to go. It was almost like he was trolling us a little bit by describing what the injury is. We couldn't even figure out what that was, right? Apparently, it's some type of tendons that hold together your ankle. So that's not great. And Ron says the Luka situation. I didn't know that Luka was going to be out for the rest of the series, Ron. But I love seeing that. Wasn't that fun? The Luka with all that stuff on when they were playing the national anthem. What has he got on? Like a pool noodle strapped to his body, taped on? What is all that? What is all that Luka had going on that one? All right, don't make me laugh. You guys, it's morning here, and all right. Let's see here. A few more comments. I'm going over to TonySpicks.com and get this show started. I want to say hello to Will Leslie here today, a new commenter here, but nice comments there, Will, for your first comments that I've seen. Thank you. And Solo here today, ready to go. And I better get ready to go and go over to TonySpicks.com and see who was hot yesterday. I could only manage a 500 day, I think, yesterday. Oh boy, we're popping off over here. There has been some steam that just did come in here as we were just getting ready for the show. So let me report that to you real quick as well. And that would be Pittsburgh and St. Louis game. Oh boy, to go over. Wow. That's one I was actually looking to hit over. So let's take a look at that. Right now, it's going up here. It was 7.5. It's 8. I don't think it's going to get to 8.5. But our first reported steam move that we've been on the air here. There are a few others today, but right now, Pittsburgh at St. Louis, Falter and Gray. We're showing mostly 8 overs right now. I'm going to just write down that it got steamed, but also tell you that that was an over that I was going to give out on the show. So you know how we do with those overs. If I'm on an over, we're going to be on it. All right. Here we go. TonySpicks.com. Leave Solo up there. Pump us up. Let's cash. And it was Ruben Marlboro with a nice stay. Come to Marlboro Country. There's Ron Hahn. Great job, Ron. Yesterday, 5-2, 3 units of profit. Terrific job. There is Solo as well. Hollywood Sam up there, 2-0. Solo there, 67%. Brandon Check, 3-1. EPA Sports Hoops, 3-1. There's Bodun there with 60% yesterday, 1 2/3 units of profit. The 2 old ladies at Bet Consensus. Ben Ruhala, Scott Schutte, Ron Crawford, Nick Lagaretos, all in the profit here at Tony's Picks. On Tuesday for the week, it's Ron Hahn. He's on top of the handicapper leaderboard, 66% here over the last 7 days, up 13 plus units. Ruben Marlborough looking sharp there, up nearly 11 units. There's Solo Malone, 10.5 units. Stephen Duncan, Pearl of Wisdom, as well in a pretty good run here of late at 57%, nearly 7 units profit. The two old ladies at Bet Consensus up there as well. Ron Hahn, last 30 days, one of the hottest in the industry. Let's just call it like it is. Talk about, I don't know how you look at it. I don't even know if you know there are some others, I don't want to say, but there are a few other sites that keep score just like us. Yeah, our friends across the street, but a few others as well. And Ron Hahn going to match up with any of them right now. Nearly 30 units of profit over the last 30 days. There's Brandon Check there, up over 8 units. Tony T continuing on a roll. Great job again, Tony. If I may talk about some of Tony's winners yesterday. How about Athletics and Padres game? To go under. That was a winner yesterday for Tony. I had premium pick winners also in the major leagues yesterday with Baltimore Orioles and Washington Nationals. Yesterday also Angels Diamondbacks over. There's Solo up there. Daniel Walasachuk's on the monthly leaderboard. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and use the promo code Tony T at checkout. Save 20% off all of the premium pick packages, including mine here on Wednesday in Major League Baseball and WNBA, and of course our NBA playoff game. Click on the handicapper of your choice and get signed up. Use that promo code Tony T at checkout. Save 20%. This is a great way to support me here on the channel by buying one of my premium pick packages. I'm going to give you the best picks I've got and give you a great little handicap write-up as well, and hopefully we get that money. And I'll keep coming back here to do the show. Let's get over here to the picks for today. And a few more comments as well. And let's see. Ron thinks KP will play. Dave says he does not think so. What else? Hey, I want to say hello and welcome to Andrew Dampf joining us. Got a play and a prop. Thank you, Andrew. Nice to have you. Great to meet you, and a pleasure to have you joining us here on the morning team. Just 60 of you today. I don't know here. Maybe I'm trying to stretch it out too long, get a few more views before I start, but I better get rolling here. And there's wine time on the Mavs. We're starting with basketball, so you want to go with your plays. I'm ready. I'm going to pop it up there in just a moment. Ready to roll with our first matchup. If you guys are, although I could find a bunch of things, we trying to find Lassie Love here. All right. Thank you guys for bearing with me here. There we go. I found it now with the Celtics and the Mavericks. Hey, maybe I built in my own little point spread in there for the KP being ruled out. How much will this line move if and when KP is not able to play in this one? Here's the thing, right? We're making such a big deal of it, and yeah, he's a key player, and yeah, Luke has got the knee injury. But, he's had ice on that thing he's had ice all over his body all season. But remember, we had KP not on, the Celtics' best ball was being played there, without Porzingis certainly over that duration, right? If anything, the Celtics that have been kind of up and down during the regular season, which can happen. But once they hit the playoffs, other than the game 2 of the first series, game 2 of the second series, it's been all Celtics, right? And that's been the dominating theme at this point. There's no stopping this team, no matter how much you want to critique their little idiosyncrasies of not performing in the clutch, not blowing teams out, not living up to expectations, soft, and things like that. But I don't know. You got some pretty great players, obviously, on this team, and some other guys are standing out too. I talked about Tatum. I mean, there's a lot of people want to criticize his play, certainly, and his shooting is leaving nothing to be desired, but he's doing a pretty good job in every role and making everybody on that team, or just doing his part, right? Because it feels like there are other stars on the team. If anything, for Jaylen Brown, this is a kind of a deserving uh, rise to stardom to a certain extent. The league's most intelligent player. I think a lot of people know, his story. So, his physical talents are sometimes superseded by some of the other things that this man probably will do in his life, feels like. But nonetheless, he's gotten his moment here. However, if you're going to ever, kind of get down on the Celtics and try to go against them, maybe this is a time, maybe this is a place, right? Because they still, maybe in the back of your mind, have that little bit of a reputation of not coming in and following through. Certainly feels like a team that could sweep right now the way they dominated the Mavs. Although the Mavs did a nice job, kind of worked their way back in game 2 late a little bit. Now, the crazy trend, right? I know that maybe people are talking about, maybe you guys are in the chat. I'll go to the comments here in just a second. But, teams that get off to 0-2 starts, and it happens more than you think. Over the last 20, I think it's 19 or 20 years, I think the stat was. But teams that go down 0-2 in the series come back and dominate the first half. Now, a lot of times, because of the sweep, maybe the line is already shifted a little bit. Maybe the Mavericks, hey, if it was 1-1, would the Mavericks be 4, 5? I don't know about that. But the first half bet for the home team coming off an 0-2 deficit over the last 19 or 20 years, I think they were saying it's either the 04 or 05 playoffs, are 91-47-3 against the spread in the first half. Home teams trailing 0-2 in a series, 91-47-3 in the first half. Strangely, for the full game, it's strangely nearly a 500 proposition. They barely cover when coming back home in game 3. They're just slightly above 500. So home teams come out and blister the first half in over the last 20 years when trailing in any NBA series. There's been 138 instances. That sounds like a lot. When I heard it, I had to immediately go research. I'm like, no way. There can't be 140 series in 20 years. Well, you know what? There's a lot of series, right? And 2 home teams winning. It's not that uncommon. It's about it's about kind of like covering the spread. It's about 62, I think it was. I wasn't tallying it, but I was just looking down the results. It looked like about 63% of series go 2-0. So that did equate to me to be about 140 sample size over 20 years that home teams who come home down 0-2 blister the first half or cover the first half spread. But no doubt, that the emphasis on covering the spread in the first half. So will they do it tonight? Will the Mavericks come out and do that? And obviously the first half, a very low spread. All you almost do is have to win the first half. So let me start to get your comments here a little bit in this one with the big game tonight. Can they make it a series? Can the Dallas Mavericks come back and make this one a series? Ron says, give me the Celts. Dallas under here for Thomas. Here's Dre on the Celts. Frankie Diamond, my man. And Dallas money line there. Dave has it as a sweep at this point. Right, and right, Chad. So to me, it felt like, right, Chad, a stress injury is what it feels like this is. And those, so that's why it feels so dangerous as well. But you didn't play for 8 weeks and went out there and he was awesome. Everybody who saw it, right? It was a madman. Chad told us he would go out there and and he did, right? But by the end of the game, why didn't they pull him out? I'm pulling my what hair I have left out. trying to get this guy out of the game. He looked terrible there at the end. Not terrible playing, but physically. It looked like he had, he gave everything he had. That's sometimes with great athletes. Hey, maybe all of us, right? Are you guys competitive? You try sometimes to do it all, do it when you're not supposed to be doing it. But again, this is the ultimate. This is what you've lived for, right? At this point. So here's Dre going under in this one. Handicappers are solidly, almost unanimously going over in tonight's game. The way the ones I'm reading and everything, and I was surprised by that. Doesn't Dallas have to get down here, right? You got to get down here, right? In this one, I want to go under as well, Dre. I mean, I don't know what these cappers are thinking today, but they're so I've got it at right now. I was looking at paid cap. I'm talking paid cappers across the industry, sites like this one, other one. Like there's, and I'm showing it right now. Well over 2.5 to 1. Handicappers prefer the over to the under in this game. But they are clearly on Dallas here tonight. I'm showing handicappers tonight on Dallas by a nearly 3 to 1 margin, laying the points. That's paid handicapper premium picks across the industry. Grip Nitty's here. Ray Otachi. Darren's got us a prop. More prop action. Oh, no. Let's see here. Dave says those guys who have stepped up just aren't they've stepped up nicely and they're at the peak of their careers, but they weren't, those guys. Great job by Dallas, right? To make the deals that they did. That feels like the trades that they made that really did help them kind of get into this. And Maxi Kleber, he's dead to us, right? Hopefully, Chad, Kleber can come through. These other guys certainly, no doubt, with Washington and Galford, all these guys, they've done a great job. Kleber, the injury is just preventing him from doing almost anything out there right now, unfortunately. And I will say it right now to Wine Time after I just gave that spiel about it. But over the last I think this decade, it's calmed down a little bit. In fact, it's just barely. It is above 500, but it's been evening out here over the last couple of years on that. But again, a 20-year sample size, and again, makes sense. Of course, you're going to get a good playoff teams at home laying small points. Usually, they're down 0-2, so there's a little bit of bias in there where even if that team coming back, which doesn't have the home court advantage. Thank you, Wine Time. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, the 41,500 subscriber juggernaut, Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Yeah, that was the point to me, right, Chad, that he will not be making the decision, because I would think that this guy, he's not. I don't want to say it like he's not a smart guy, but he would. People want to play, and if it doesn't hurt right at this moment, you're going out there. Okay, and here we have Solo over, Ron over. So you do see these guys, professional cappers here, also going over. So, all right, guess I'm against them here, but it is my free play tonight to go under in this game. I think Dallas, to me, they better have some kind of way to stop the Boston Celtics here tonight. Not only using their home court and great crowd as well down there. Great fans in Dallas certainly can rally this team a little bit here. Thank you guys for great comments. Fernanda, Twisted. Me and Twisted, I can't find Twisted in the world of. I'll never get the uh, cool overlays. I can't find Twisted. I typed that in. There's a guy there with what he follows one person. Twisted. I typed that in. I thought I typed Twisted 24/7. There is a Twisted 24/7. He follows the NFL. He has no followers, and I don't know if that was you, but I couldn't find him. I couldn't find you. So I want my overlays. I'm crying. All right, you guys, I've caught up to all the comments. I think the basketball segment is over. And I don't know, Thomas, if you think you've got enough Dallas first half, it's not a product offered at Tony'sPicks.com. So I don't know if I want to try to limit. Okay, well, I can't find you though, Twisted. That's all. So, or is that the account? And if so, I'll follow it. But that one wasn't following me, so I figured that was not it. Thank you, Perfectly Imperfect. Yeah. Oh, awesome. Okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty good too. I wouldn't doubt that. You can't replace Jalen Brown in a lot of other areas, though. He's a pretty cool guy, no doubt about it. Youngest vice president ever of the NBA Players Union, a man who, he's an intellect. He's kind of like me, me and Jalen Brown. We got a lot of brain power, and pretty cool guy. All right, that's it. You guys are done typing in comments. I'm done talking about the NBA. Enjoy the game tonight. I'll take the under against you guys, against all these handicappers. I was probably going. I think I want the side as my play, but I certainly was considering the total as my play, and um, but when it kind of felt like when I saw everybody going over here, and really haven't seen that much, in my opinion, from the sharps in the finals, it's going to be a little different. You're not going to see that, that type of action. All right, here we go with another little bit of baseball steam as we get rolling here with the baseball segment on the morning steam and the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Anaheim Los Angeles Angels, the Angels. This one getting hit to the under here this morning. Hey, I had a premium winner with the over yesterday, but I guess we might get some pitching here out of my man Slade Ciccone World Tour and Soriano tonight. We'll talk about it when we get there, but steam move here on the under tonight with the Angels and the Diamondbacks just coming in right now. All right. Let me see. Maybe I'll rattle off those. Maybe I can rattle off the steam here. I'll just do it when we get to the games. Let's roll with the baseball today. And start it off. We got day games, so be ready to go here today. I don't know if I've got a premium actually on the day card. Maybe one. It felt like to me, but let's get rolling here with the Rockies taking on the Twins with Austin Gomber. Been looking pretty sharp here this of late for sure. Gomber been a pleasant surprise here at this price. Man, Gomber feels like the Rockies have been in this series a little bit, certainly, huh? All right, let me take a look here. For Gomber, he comes into this one with a 4.5 ERA in his last 3 starts. Colorado just 3-6 with Gomber, so definitely starting to come back to his normal self. It feels like here a little bit, but he was definitely on a bit of a good run there, I thought. Gomber's gone under in 8 of his last 10. The Rockies have lost 8 of their last 11. For Lopez, he's got an 8 ERA in his last 5 starts and a 1-4 record in those 5 starts. He has dominated the Rockies in a few starts in his career. Four career starts against Colorado for Lopez with a 3-0 record and a 1.71 earn run average. The Twins come in having lost 7 of 10 as well. So, two teams that certainly have been, Rockies been struggling all year. The Twins, a little bit of a downturn here. Interestingly, yesterday, handicappers really liked the Rockies. From what I saw, Rockies were an extremely popular play among handicappers. And remember, they were not as big a dog as this yesterday. That's for sure. With Quantrill, of course, the Twins were, they went with, I believe it was Rodriguez, right? So good performance there. And handicappers had it, man. The handicappers, I felt like most of the ones that I like to check out were on Rockies almost unanimously yesterday, interestingly enough. And of course, the Rockies end up doing a pretty good job yesterday, smashing these guys. What was it? 5 to no, it's only 5-4. 5-4, right? Oh, Louis Varland ended up as the starter, right? All right, let's get a few comments here from you guys. I'll make a pick here with the Rockies and the Twins. Okay, back here and see where I left off. And Twisted, you ready? Twisted. Look at Twisted. Is gonna do this. I have a whole monologue, Twisted, and here you go. How am I gonna get I'm gonna give a pick out right here, I think. I've got I've got Medovich, Medovich plus 2.5 games, I believe, in that one. And oh no, Chad. Oh boy, I'm sorry about this. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Let me just pause just one moment. Stand by. A little flustered there, but as mentioned there by Chad in the chat, thank you so much, Chad. Just awful news coming across the wire here right now about NBA legend Jerry West. The logo has passed away at the age of 86. NBA basketball playing legend and a front office legend as well. One of the most accomplished men in the history of the game passes away on Wednesday at the age of 86. Basically, involved in basketball as a player, as the architect, of course, of the Lakers franchise through the Showtime years and beyond that for nearly 10 championships there. And of course, remember, he also was with Memphis and the Warriors as well. So really, Jerry West, one of the greats of the game, man from West Virginia, Olympian, 12-time All NBA, and player, of course, with the Lakers, has passed away here at the age of 86 here on Wednesday. Thank you, Chad. We'll keep going with the show, but be following this story all day. Says that he passed away peacefully at his home. Don't know we knew much about if Jerry wasn't doing too great. Made some appearances, certainly. I'd say this year, I think we've seen Mr. West out there. So uh, certainly sad for basketball and for Lakers fans and beyond. So thank you, Chad, and thank you, uh, everyone, for taking a moment with me there. All right. Let's keep on moving on here. We've got to continue on with our show. Just wrapping up the coverage here with the Rockies and the Twins today. And over for Thomas. Twisted. Oh, you're just crushing it here. We probably should have thrown that coverage in there a little bit. There, Jeff. I went with the under. I'm going against everybody. It feels like in this one. And again, funny thing about that total, right? In the regular season games between Boston and uh, Dallas, I think we're in the 230s or 241, something crazy like that. All right, Williams says they will not win two in a row. Darren on the run line here. And Impala's on the Twins. Luis is on the Twins run line. All right. Let's see here. Thank you for all your comments there on Mr. West. And appreciate it. We do need to keep rolling the show, obviously. Here's Dave with the Rockies. All right, think we're ready to go here now, and I'll get my sheet, gather my thoughts here a little bit on that one, and get with this one with the Rockies and the Twins here. I have the under. Come on, I've got the under in this one with the Rockies and the Twins here, and I kind of agree. I kind of agree. I just do not like this price at all. I mean, the price screams take another chance with the Rockies, but man, I feel like laying it is the way to go. I'm seeing more cappers, though, again, on the Rockies today, although I don't have as much sample size yet at this point. But right now, they're split this morning. All right, continue on now with the Blue Jays taking on the Brewers here. And you got Chris Bassett going up against Myers. And the Brewers are they a slight home favorite? I thought it was a pick 'em. Did I just type in some random number? Yeah, it's probably a pick 'em. Maybe. Let's see here. Funny you guys mentioned it. I don't know if you're noticing right now, though, in the basketball game, the total is starting to move higher at a couple of books right now. You guys, I don't know if it's necessarily steamy, but 213 over at Bet Online, 213.5 at Bovada. So, and also at Bovada, they've moved the Connecticut Sun up to 8 here. It looks like. Okay, here we go. Toronto and Milwaukee. I'm showing it Bovada right now. Bassett has moved to maybe a slight favorite. I'm gonna nearly call this one a pick 'em. It feels like here right now for the Brewers here with Bassett. Boy, this interleague schedule has me really messed up on my sheets here. Bassett has a 2 ERA in his last 3 starts. Toronto's 4-2 with Bassett in the last 6 starts. Toronto's won 10 of their last 14 games. For Myers, he has a 3.05 ERA in his last 4 starts. The Brewers right now 19-11 at home this season. Looking pretty sharp, certainly. Myers has never faced Toronto, but Bassett, in 2 career starts against Milwaukee, he's never allowed an earned run. There's a ESPN with the Jerry West bulletin coming across. And so what do you guys have here? Give me your comments with Toronto and Milwaukee here. And let's take a look in this one. And here's Fernando on his Brewers here today. Dave says he thinks the Blue Jays are going to take another one. He had them yesterday in that game against the Brewers. We had a winner here on the show with the total under. Dre's on the Jays. Frankie's on the Brewers. And Paula's on the Brewers. Justin's on the Blue Jays. Thomas doesn't have to worry about this one. He's on Milwaukee, though. But looks like no consensus here for sure. All right. And for me in this one, I've got 2 games, 2 unders. I'll just go under here with Toronto and Milwaukee. Toronto's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games. And unders went 10-5 yesterday, so I had a few winners in there somewhere. Next up. Oh, Rick has Blue Jays, by the way. Continuing on with our matinee schedule here on Wednesday with the Astros taking on the Giants. And the Astros did a nice job yesterday picking up the win. We did have a winner here on the show. We gave out the under in the game with Blanco and Hicks. But now we have Valdez going up against Logan Webb. And Webb about $1.20 or so here at home. In this one, yeah. Let's take a look with Webb. He comes in here with a 3 ERA in his last 4 starts. The Giants are just 2-6 with Webb in the last 8 starts. San Francisco's won 4 of their last 6. They've gone over in 17 of their last 27, but Webb has gone under in 7 of his last 10. Houston's gone under in 15 of their last 19 games. They're just 14-19 on the road, including last night's victory. For Valdez, he's 5-1 in his last 6 starts with a 3.29 ERA. Houston is also 4-0 with Valdez on the road. Valdez also is 2-8 to the under this season. Your comments on the Astros and the Giants? Astros run line here for Thomas. What is the run line in this one? It's got to be pretty hefty, I would assume. Plus 1.5 at just minus 225 or so. Giants here for Fernando. Andrew, thank you again for being here today. Appreciate your comments. Good to have you. David on Houston, Justin on over. And here's a lean to the first 5 on the Astros from Nate. And Luis is on the Giants. And I'm going to be 3 for 3 here in this one. I think, is it 7.5? Well, hold on. Oh, it is, huh? Okay, no, I don't know if I am then, actually. I might actually, let me take a look here. Darren on the Giants money line. Okay, this looks like a split from the All-Star chat here today. I'll go under here. Once again, 3 games, 3 unders, 3-day games. Look, I know that's a pattern, but day games and unders, that's kind of what I do. And here's, okay, Giants are kind of coming with it here. I'm not coming back with the Giants after yesterday. I had them premium. And, hey, maybe I do have a do not bet list, but it only lasts for a day. All right. And next up, the A's are going to take on my Padres in this one. The Padres here, big favorite, nearly a $2 favorite. Boy, that does not that does not interest me at all. Here, who wants to lay the Padres with $1.90? Who was it that said Brent? Brent said everybody who bets the Padres is miserable. Or what did he say? He said, "How can you bet the Padres?" No, I type it in. It was funny. It's too far back up the scroll and take too long. How come everyone complains about the Padres? All they do is lose. What did he say? They're the biggest disappointment out there every time. Come on. But I'll know when to be on them and when not, I think. And I don't want to be on them at $1.90 here. They might get some attention. In fact, I'm showing that cappers actually are leaning here maybe to the Padres, and the widely reported steam did come in on the Padres. So that's why we're seeing this number so high. In fact, right now, $1.96 at Bovada, $1.98 at DraftKings. So even a little bit higher than this number right now with King. And like I said, I'm a supporter of King. I think he's just fine for the Padres situation. No, I say the same thing every time for him, but he's got a 1.88 ERA in his last 4 starts. Padres are 5-2 with King on the mound, and also the A's come in here having lost 10 of their last 13. Typical A's right now. Harris has been pitching well, 2.31 ERA in his last 2 starts. So it just had 2 starts so far for Hoagie. Padres have won 3 of 4 here right now. They're trying to get back to 500 at home. They've gone under in 7 of their last 10. King goes over 6 of his last 9. A's have gone under, though, in 12 of their last 16 games. And Dave, now there's 2 ways to look at this. From Dave, the Padres overdo it. Like they try too hard. Or he's saying, Padres, over, do it. He's telling us to bet the over. He's imploring us to bet the over. All right, here's Andrew, though. He's got Padres run line and under. I think Dave's saying go over. Final. Justin says Tatis with an over prop here. And Tatis, look, the reason why isn't Fernando producing quite at the levels that he was before he got sidelined for a suspension for steroid use. You figure it out. All right. Yeah, Thomas, we're still on the day games here. So thank you, Chad. Appreciate you. Thank you. And all right. Maybe it's just in here we talk extra Padres, because probably Dave. Probably going to take the A's on the run line at this price. I mean, come on. That's what I'm on. Give me the A's on the run line, of course. Padres aren't, I want to say hello and welcome here to Chris Valle. Or it could be Valley. It could be Valley, like the the hitter, the baseball player, Chris Valley. I'm probably gonna go with Valley, yeah. But thank you, Chris, for joining us here today. Fernando going under first 5 here, and Justin's got a stat. Back up that player prop. Give me the A's on the run line. All right, we're in the evening action now. We'll get going here with the Braves and the Orioles. Going to send out a couple of aces here on the mound with Schwellenbach and Povich, the Cy Young candidates here. Young pitchers here for these 2 teams on a Wednesday here. And hey, big series. We had premium winner yesterday with the Baltimore Orioles over the Atlanta Braves. And we also gave out the winner here on the show, too, on the total. All right, let's talk about Talk about this one here with the Braves going up against the O's here. Still a pretty good series, no matter how you look at it, even if we're going to piece it together here with some young pitching today. No doubt about it. Povich, in his first major league start, allowed 6 runs in 5 2/3 innings. He was looking okay. He was. I would give him, certainly a bit of a pass here in that one. Did go 5 2/3 and just was basic, going to be the max. But that's actually pretty good. Did end up being 6 runs allowed. As I said, they end up losing that game. Baltimore has won 9 of their last 12 currently. They're 22-12 at home. The Braves, they're just a regular old team at this point. Hard to think that Acuna could make this much difference, but the Braves have lost 16 of their last 25 games now, and just something not right. And we know that the pitching has been taking a beating. That's why we keep seeing these names, right? Yeah, they're the Braves. Yeah, these, maybe the pitchers will develop into good pitchers, candidates, prospects, whatever, because that's what the Braves do. But again, they're forcing them up here a little bit. They have to because of their depleted pitching staff. So Schwellenbach has an 8.38 ERA in his last 2 starts. He's gotten hit pretty hard. Braves have gone under in 18 of their last 25, but it does feel we're definitely dealing with 2 young. You could look to the bullpens maybe in this one and take it out that far. Both teams have excellent bullpens, 2 of the best bullpens in the league for sure. Top 10, maybe top 5 coming in. So, these guys probably could get out of there if they don't pitch well, and they could have a pretty good game here. But what do you guys think with the Braves and O's today? With our crew, I know we're probably always going to be O's, but want to say hello to Perlo here. He's talking about a previous game, but always want to say hi for stopping in. Steven, thank you. And Dave, don't stop it with just keep rolling right now with the O's. It feels good. Yeah. And here's Dave. Oh, he's just saying the Braves are streaky. Justin going over. And can't back them. And look at the line, right? It feels like the line is treating the Braves. It might be built in their slump here a little bit at $1.30. Here I'm showing Bovada up to $1.39 already. Circa's hanging on to $1.27 here in this one, but I'm going to agree with Justin, and I'm going to go over in this game. I mean, it worked. Worked yesterday in this one with that. Not yesterday. It was a shutout yesterday. What were we on? Orioles. I got it. Oh, we gave out the under. We had the under. Okay, we had it right. That's what it was. We had it right. But I do want to go over here with these 2 rookies. Dave going over, Fernando over, Thomas over. This could be maybe, but O's too. Do we ever have a double consensus, Thomas? Do we allow that? Nobody wants the Braves. Nobody wants the Braves in this game, and everyone wants the over too. I don't know if we do double consensus. It feels like. Oh. Okay, any more? Let me see from you guys. I didn't know if you I haven't got a chance to mention him because he's not doing much of an impact, but my guy Kyle Stowers is back up there with the Orioles right now, back up with the big club, and a big fan of his. His dad sold me my house, my house. Dad sold me a house once, and followed his career, and he's up with the Orioles. Second time with the Orioles. Remember I already talked about him on our show. Oh gosh, was it a year or 2 ago when he had that big hit and his first big league game-winning hit? Kyle Stowers from my area. Okay, over here as well. Wow, you guys, Orioles and over. It feels like we could just. And Justin, that's his team, right? That's his team. So, and he said, look, they'll make some moves. And look, the Braves, you'd think they will, right? Acuna, hey, you come back, and uh, the pitching will get better as well. So, all right, give me the over in this one. Any more from you guys? Man, um, feels hot. Fernando actually was going to maybe look at the Braves' first five here. I mean, we definitely could see a little bit of variance in the first five, right? Even if the Orioles are a slight favorite, of course, always first five, two good teams. But you know what I mean because of Povich. You know, these are definitely two unproven pitchers when it comes to major league pitching right now. Both 3 games of experience in the major leagues between these two guys. And we move on. And we've got the Nationals here taking on the Tigers today with Irvin going up against Olson. And heard a lot, I was watching the guys across the street talking about Olson. Yeah, he's definitely been struggling here of late, but no doubt he was a victim of, pitching well with no run support at first, and now he's just not pitching as well. I think that's fact. I mean, 7.86 ERA in his last 4 starts. Detroit's just 1-4 with Irvin at home, but again, he had that crazy stretch of games. I mean, I was almost willing to dig into the archives a little bit with some of the stats uh, on Irvin earlier this season after I was listening, or not on Irvin, on Olson, after I was listening to the gentleman across the street debate it, that because Reese Olson he started 5 games at home this season. The Tigers have been shut out in 4 of them, and they scored 2 runs in the other one. So, so just not a lot of run support. But now he's not pitching well, so that it kind of looks like a problem. And it looks like a problem here today. Look, Washington got the win yesterday. It wasn't easy. I had a premium, had to sweat it out here, but let me get you one steam move coming through right now that we want to preempt here. This is on a day game, and it's a game we've already given to you with our pick here on the show. And man, cannot be very much value left. The earliest line on this game, really, I saw 8.5 juice to the under. We just talked about Valdez and Webb. Astros, Giants, they are hitting this one now under 7.5 here at this point. And I am seeing here in this game 7/20 at the South Point, 7/20 at circa 7/25 at Bovada. So the Astros Giants day game, we've already given out the under. Talk about no value left. If I didn't have a bet, I mean, I'd be almost willing to buy it down to 5.5 or something and go over. But we're on the under in that one. And the steam move coming in right there. So, anyways, talking about Irvin and those numbers, right? So it was just a little bit unfair. It felt like to a certain extent. Now, to be clear, there does appear to be a little bit of a move here right now on Washington. I don't know. It hasn't come in from the line service yet. I'm expecting it to come in any second now. Actually, I'm thinking if you hear it, steam play in the next 2 to 5 minutes, it might be Washington. We had Washington yesterday. They're obviously going to be live today. Cappers that I follow, they seem to be on Washington. Check out Ben's videos here today on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Also check out videos from Bo, from Ron Crawford here today on the channel. But Ben previewed this game, and I think he had some interesting things to say about the game. So check it out. Irvin, 1.48 ERA in his last 4 starts and a 2-1 record. Washington just 4-9 with Irvin, but they got the win yesterday. And the Nationals, under in 6 straight games with Irvin. I'm going to go under here in this game, even though the Nationals have been kind of going over and Detroit's been going over. I think Irvin's probably going to come out here. I expect Irvin to pitch well. I expect Olson to pitch well, frankly, but I think that in the end, maybe it could be another one like yesterday. Washington, I expect them to be in this game all the way against the Tigers today. See what you guys say in this one. I'm not patronizing my DMV crew when I'm pumping up the Nationals and the O's like we do. I mean, the O's, it's easy, but here's Luis on Washington today. Twisted's on the Nats. And let's see here. Twisted, I'm going to type in a thing here. I can't find you on the internet, man. I don't know what my problem is. So I'm going to put this in there. Nobody spam me, okay? And hopefully you can get that stuff to me. It's just my Gmails. All right, here's a Nathan here. Let's see. He doesn't like that because they don't win. They don't win with Olson. They don't win. Good pitcher. Struggling though. Let's be clear. Nats for Ray. And here's Justin says, give me the Nationals. And Dave did not like it. He does not like when I win my premium picks. He roots against me. We had the Nationals yesterday as a premium pick winner. Twisted, thank you for the picks. So hopefully I put that in there. Hopefully you see that and can get that to me because I can't find you. All right, here's Brent with the Nats. Here's Tigers under for Mike. And all right, and let's see what else here we've got. Pearl, what would Steven here say? He has a net. He had him yesterday. Okay, I think that's what he was saying. And Elliot Jameson, thank you for stopping by today. We'll preview. There the. Okay, great. Thank you on that. We'll preview the WNBA game here in just a moment. Let's. I've got the under in this one with the Nationals and the Tigers here today, and I like Irvin. I like Olson too today to get back a little bit here, perform a little bit better. Let's just say, Cubs and Rays with Assad and Savali. Got the Rays here, $1.20 at home in this one. Both pitchers are kind of struggling here of late. Savali, a 5.16 ERA in his last 6 starts. He's got an 0-3 record. It's his birthday today, Aaron Savali. So let's see. He's 29 years old today, so he'll pitch on his birthday. Hopefully they can give him some runs because they haven't been giving him much runs, and not only that, hasn't been pitching very well either. 1-8 are the Rays with Savali in the last 9 starts. Cubs have lost 4 of their last 5. My man Javier Assad back to not so great right now. 6.1 ERA in his last 4 starts. Assad's gone under in 8 of his last 11. The Cubs have gone under in 4 straight. Tampa Bay's also lost 4 of their last 5 games coming into this one. How about it, gang, with the Cubs and the Rays here? Widely reported steam came in on the under. I probably was going to hit a premium here with this, but probably just going to give it out as my show pick here on the under, it feels like now. So anything here in this one? Fernando's going over. Going against me there a little bit. Here's Luis on the Rays. Frankie going with the Cubs. So probably not a too hot of a game here. Reasonable price here for the Rays, especially considering, yesterday's result. Okay. It was an interesting game here. Considering yesterday's result, we did give out the Rays here on the show. They did, need that for those 4 runs in the bottom of the ninth inning, including that 3-run homer to get the victory yesterday. The steam was on the Rays yesterday. The handicappers, I saw handicappers were running 4-1 on the Rays yesterday. Here is Dave on the over in the Cubs game. Here's Darren wants the Cubs and Twisted wants the Cubs here. I'll take the under in this one with Assad and Savale. And after all, I can still get some 8s out there. So that makes me feel kind of good. Yeah, where is Doubles today? We miss him here today. Shout out Doubles. Maybe just checking it out. Maybe you can't get in position to comment. All right, we move on. Marlins and Mets with Garrett here going up against Peterson. And the Mets are going to be favored in this one, $1.50. And the total, I'm seeing this one moving higher here. I'm showing 8 right now at Bovada. I'm showing 7.5 over 18 right now at DraftKings. We had the under as a winner here on the show yesterday with the Marlins and the Mets. The Marlins got the win. Handicappers were pretty strong yesterday on the Mets. I showed cappers yesterday by a 4-1 margin. Taking the Mets, and today almost the same thing. In fact, I couldn't find one yet. Just a small sample though. But first few that I looked at here today were on the Mets, and maybe we can take a look at this one. After the Marlins got the win. Typical Mets. It felt like yesterday, allowing the Marlins to get the victory. Garrett hasn't been great. A 5.81 ERA in his 5 starts so far, but Miami's given Garrett plenty of run support. The Marlins have won 4 of 5 in Garrett's starts so far this season. They have lost 8 of their last 12 games right now. For Peterson, 2 starts so far. For Drew, at 3.86 ERA, he does have a victory. The Mets just 13 and 23 at home. Maybe that's what the problem is here. Miami just 13 and 25 on the road. So really, a battle of incompetency in this one with the Marlins and the Mets. Mets have gone over in 6 of their last 9, but the Marlins have gone under in 8 of their last 9 on the road. Let's get your comments here in this one, if anything. And let's see here. Marlins and Mets. Terrell's got Marv Albert's birthday today. Well, hopefully he won't get any birthday spankings. Did I say that? Dre might be on the under here. Here's Thomas. He's on the Mets money line. I'm on the Mets money line. Me and Thomas. Let's go, Thomas. I think we get a reasonable price for a free play here on the show. Yeah, they might be getting to $1.60 at some of the square books. They lost yesterday. I know we're dealing with a couple of left-handers here. I get it. And Mets under here. Nathan wants, I think, the Mets and the under. Marlins first 5 here for Ray Otachi. Let's see here. For the Marlins in the first 5, they're 23, 34, and 9. And Garrett 3 and 2 so far in the first 5. Okay. Mets are actually a little bit better in the first 5 than they are, full game. Andrew Mets run line and Alonzo homer. Mets money line for Frankie Diamond. And maybe I'd be more, I should come back as Frankie Diamond. That's a great handicapper name. All right. Give me the call here on this one. I'm going to take the New York Mets to win this one against the Marlins here at minus $1.50. 60. Next up, Phillies, Red Sox. Hey, it got a little close there at the end yesterday, but the Phillies were able to hang on against the Red Sox yesterday. And, we came at it with the Phillies yesterday for a winner here on the show with Wheeler. Now you got Sanchez going up here against Pavetta. For Pavetta, he's got a 3.32 ERA in his last 4 starts. Pavetta's gone under in 7 of his 8 starts so far this season. Has 1 start against his former team, 5 runs in 4 innings. He was with the Phillies for 3 or 4 years. About 5 years ago, remember? The Red Sox have lost 3 of their last 4 right now. They've gone over in 7 of their last 10, but it should be noted that Christopher Sanchez, who comes in here with a 1.48 ERA in his last 4 starts, and Phillies have gone 5-1 in his last 6 starts. He's gone under in 4 straight. Phillies have gone under in 10 of their last 11. They come in having won 8 of their last 10 games overall right now. Phillies, totally on a roll. Could this be the spot for the Red Sox here today? Handicappers, give them a shot. I'm showing this thing running pretty even so far. I've sampled almost a dozen handicappers so far, the paid variety, and they're kind of split on this game, quite frankly. And the handicappers also leaning to the under. What do you got here with the Phils going up against the Red Sox? Let me barge in here, though, while you type in your comments and give out a Steam play. And hey, guess what? It's on an over, and it's on an over that I gave out. So, you know what, you guys? I may look like a bumbling under fool sometimes giving out so many unders, but the 2 games that we gave out overs for have since been hit to the over here today. So maybe I'm a sharp now and then. Maybe it's because Schwellenbach is pitching against Povich. But nonetheless, this Braves and Orioles game is going up to 8.5. It looks like right now. Look, it's 9 under 22 at DraftKings currently. So that one's blowing through the roof. We got it over. Braves and Orioles. Get it now if you like it over, because it's going to 9. It looks like. All right. Anyways, Phillies and the Red Sox. What are you going to do here? Feels like the Sharps want the Red Sox too, and this is usually a spot where they kind of click. Man, I got to be honest with you. I don't know if I can do it here on the air, but I think I'm tempted to. Check out Ben's videos today here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel in this one. All right. Let's see what you got here. Anything? Okay, let me go to the comments. Then I'll give out my play. And Thomas is going to go Philadelphia money line. Twist his arm. And Justin went over in this one. And Dave says, no one can touch the Phillies. Do you guys remember, Justin? Do you remember the 1983 World Series? Could we get a rematch of the 1983 World Series? Hope I got the year right. I think I did. That would be the Orioles and the Phillies. Who doesn't love the Phillies today? I want to say hello and welcome to the Duke, Don Snyder. Here, that wasn't Don Snyder's name, but Don, thank you. Nice to have you. Phillies first 5 here for Ron. Also, Red Sox first 5 here for Fernando. Frankie on Boston. Brent on the Phillies. Brent says, watch out. Red Sox, not the best against the Phillies. I'm going to go against everybody here and I'm going to be on the Red Sox here today. Don't want to go premium here. I feel like I'm upsetting the masses here, upsetting the apple cart. Oh my gosh, look who's here, everybody. I want to say hello to Airplane Boop joining us. Where you been, Boop? Great to see you. Here's Dre on the over. I uh, might be saving the total. Who knows? So I'll be on the Red Sox. A little contrarian here in this one. Next up, we'll continue the Battle of Ohio here with the Guardians and the Reds. Decent looking pitching matchup here with Lodolo going up here hosting Tanner Bybee. And Lodolo maybe the slightest of favorites here at $1.15 or so. The total has been dropping here steady. I'm showing it now 8 under 15. This total was as high as 8.5 under, I believe. Maybe mostly 8.5 unders, but even 8.5. So this one steadily dropping with two good pitchers here on the mound with Tanner Bybee and Nick Lodolo. For Bybee, in this one, he comes in. Let me see here. Bybee, a 2.96 ERA in his last 4 starts, a couple of wins. Cleveland with Bybee on the mound is 11-2 so far this season. He's gone under in 6 of his last 8 games. The Guardians have won 19 of their last 25 right now. Coming in here facing these hot Reds. Of course, the Guardians did get the win yesterday, of course. We had the Reds here on the show, but you guys were on the Guardians pretty much. And I saw Bo had premium on the Guardians, so good job, Bo, because the Reds were the handicapper side that I saw most from industry cappers. It was running close to 2-1 Reds, and well, the Guardians did the job yesterday. Lodolo, 2.08 ERA in his last 3 starts, all victories for the Reds. Lodolo under in 7 of his last 9 starts. The Reds have gone under in 9 of their last 10 games at home, and the Guardians have gone under in 6 of their last 8. So what are we going to probably end up doing here in this one with the Guardians going up against the Reds? Let's get your comments. Here, I just want to check something out here so I can see a little bit of action moving on. All right, here we go. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. Okay, here's Thomas starts it off with the Cleveland on the money line, and here is Twisted wants Cleveland. Dave says, please give me the under with the Guardians, and here's Red's money line for Justin. And I think Andrew's saying here tonight in the small park here, he says, he shrugs his shoulders because he says, I don't know what to do here. I've got basically an over park, but under pitchers. And Fernando on the Guardians here. And Robert says, easy money with the Reds. So you can see what's going on. No consensus here, Thomas. I think we're seeing things relatively split with the crew, definitely. Yeah, no wind to speak of today. Temperatures will be cooling off rapidly here. Game time will be, mid to high 70s, but by the end of the game, it'll be under 70 degrees here in this one. All right, I guess I've got to make a call as well. This one, just maybe a little bit of, I got it wrong yesterday. So, we do have 2 so far. Okay, great. kind of want to come back and. All right, I'll do it. Just give me the under. I'll just take another under. Fernando on the wait a minute. Reds for Mike. I didn't have anything quite selected here. Really, I was actually contemplating between the side and the total here, but not going to divulge the strength of the play in case I like the side. Let me just take the under as usual here in this one. And again, this one was mostly 8.5s too, so maybe I've lost a little bit of value for sure. I was 8.5 under 15 for the most part, then 8.5 under 20, 8.5 under 22. Sharps kept hitting it. I couldn't go with it as a premium right now here necessarily. So give you the under as a free play. And we move on. Pirates and Cardinals here. Yeah, what a game yesterday. Pretty good if you like old school pitching dual baseball, 0-0 into the ninth inning type of game with Paul Skeens. Once again, definitely, this is no fluke. It's going to be like this every time unless something terrible. We don't say things like that. But now you're coming back with Falter against Gray. We talked about the Cardinals rotation a little bit, or at least I did in my write-up on the game, coming in here with Gray today, back shuffling the order a little bit. Maybe the Cardinals get a little bit healthy. If this is a pitching staff that, got to roll with it. This is what they got. So let's be a little bit fair there. They're getting healthy, even if they're not the best. Falter has a 3.22 ERA in his last 6 starts. Pirates are just 1-4 with Falter in the last 5 starts. Gray back here, 6.52 ERA in his last couple of starts. Cardinals have lost 7 of their last 11. Pirates have been winning a little bit, won 5 of their last 7 here coming into this one. You see the total there, 7.5 over 20. Is that right? Got to be 8 by now, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. It's 8 everywhere. In fact, it's 8.5 under 15 at Bovada. Wow. I'll put 8 over 20. Maybe that seems more accurate. Maybe that's about the consensus line, it feels like, right there. Cardinals have gone over in 9 of their last 14 at home. Gray's mostly an under pitcher, but the Pirates are on a pretty strong over run right now. 20 of their last 30 have gone over for the Bucks. We had we had the winner on the show here yesterday with that under, and like I said, 0-0 through 8 innings. Anything on this one, you guys? Here we have Cardinals. Run line for Justin Thomas on the Cardinals here. All right. Any more here? Here we go. I'm catching up now. Curtis here says it's a great day here in St. Louis. Man, that total is just almost skyrocketed, it feels like, to get to 8.5 now. Man, I almost want to. The widely reported steam was on the over Cardinals money line for Darren. Nathan, are you a Pirates fan? And that'd be my first question because I just talk like I'm I try to like I'm Yins. Now I don't know if I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but I watch those Pittsburgh guys, and maybe Justin can tell me. I know just if I'm saying it right, but okay. Here's one more. Here's an under. Here's Nathan with a first 5 with the Cards. Okay, Falter, he's 5-6-1 in the first 5. Gray's 6-3-2 in the first 5. Pretty good. Pirates 30, 26, and 10 first 5. All right. Pirates are one of the most the Pirates are +3 units in the first 5 on the money line, and the Cards I think are not great, but the Cards are terrible in the first 5. We know that. They're down 20 units, but do have Sonny Gray here, who, it's funny. Look at that. The Cardinals' first 5 record is 19, 36, and 10. Sonny Gray accounts for 6 of those 19 first 5 victories. A few more here on this one. You guys heated up here a little bit. I know I was taking my time there, but now look. Andrew's got a exact score for us. Fernando laying it. All right. Man, I almost thinking I might want to switch to the side here right now a little bit because of all of a sudden. Now, give me the Pirates here on the run line here. And yeah, we might be, you know what? We might be doing one. You know what? I think this is getting a little crazy in this one. I don't think it's not going to be 0-0 in 8 innings. I know that. There's Cards for the second night in a row. Dave said, all right. Yesterday the Pirates won though, but okay, that's why. Yeah, I had to think about that. Pirates won. Pirates got the 2 in the top of the 9th. Then the Cards got the 1 in the bottom of the 9th on a home run. All right, let's get into this next up with my man Dave, my man from Christian High School, Dave Cody Petite. On the mound again here for the Yankees. What a job he's been doing out of nowhere. Well, I don't say out of nowhere. Like I said, I'm really happy, proud for Cody Petite. We get another Christian High reference, Dave. Second one of the show. I mentioned Kyle Stowers of the Orioles, and now I'm mentioning Cody Petite here of the Yankees. And pretty big favorite, though, for this big series against the Royals. Now the Royals here, a little bit of pitching situation here coming into this one. We'll talk about the man here with Dan Altavia. What can you say about this man making his return to the major leagues? Really nice to have him back after 3 years. A former Padre, certainly, but back in the on the mound to come back here, and he's throwing pretty good here. But let's see, definitely been around the block a few times. Lifetime 8-7 with a 4 ERA, 5 seasons with Seattle. He played with the Padres in the playoffs about, what was that, four years ago when they made the postseason. So got Dan Altavia coming back in here for the Royals. See how it goes. Not quite what the Royals need at this point when you're in a heated battle with the Yankees, and we saw the Yankees just pummel the Royals yesterday. And hopefully with my man Cody keeps going. Let's look at his numbers here, actually. For Cody, 3 starts, a 2.30 ERA, and a 2-0 record. Yankees went 2-1 with Cody so far. Royals have lost 9 of their last 14 games. I'm not sure what the status of Altavia is here moving forward as far as how deep he can go into this game. I would imagine it might not be totally situation here, but let me see. Altavia did pitch on Monday night, and he went 3 innings. Is that right? No, 1 inning. Went 1 inning. So I would imagine Altavia probably an opener here in this one for sure. Feels like here. So how does that shake things out for you guys? Have I done enough? I really haven't done a very good job, it feels like, with this game. Royals have gone over in 14 of their last 21 games, and the Yankees have gone over in 9 of their last 12. Um, Aaron Judge is, man, really doing something. Okay, here we go. Here's Dre on the Yankees. And Dave says he's going to go, well, he's going to go with, um, he's going with Petite. I know he is because he's going to go with his Christian High guy. And here's Fernando on the Yankees. Here's Justin on the over here in this one. That's what I'll do. I'll go with Justin again. When all else fails, go with Justin. And remember, when I've got an over, and that's 2 we're on, right, Justin? Are they both over? Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you. Andrew wants to lay 2.5 runs with the Yankees today. All right. And let's see. Let's see here. And Nathan on the Yankees. Okay, give me the over here. I'll just go with Justin this one. Like I said, you combine these two, right? What is that? Last 21 games, 14-7 for the Royals, 9-3. Last 12 for the Yankees, 23-10. Yeah, I'll go over. We got, my man Cody. Hey, he's doing great. Who knows where he'll end up here? He's a journeyman, but you'd think maybe that we're going to get into good bullpens, no doubt about it. But how deep can these situations go? I mean, the Yankees, a really good bullpen. Royals are kind of middle of the road. All right, then give me the over. I've got 3 overs on this show. Here's White Sox and Mariners in this one, with Miller going here for the M's, and now the White Sox will start Jonathan Cannon here in this one for Cannon, the 23-year-old in this one going here. He's been, with the club here certainly, but he's going to get the start. And what'd you guys think there yesterday in the game with oh God, what was his name? Thor, with the torpedo. Yesterday for the White Sox. All right, let's start to get into it. And again, I should mention though, yesterday, actually, all kidding aside, maybe a little bit of a note here with Wu. Obviously, was a late scratch. We did give out Wu on the show, I think, right? And maybe call it. Well, let's just call it what it was. Wu got scratched, and he's got an elbow issue. That's not good because Wu was on fire. So let's just hope it's some inflammation. Let's just hope it's some inflammation or something there for Wu, because he was looking so good here for the Mariners. Now the Mariners did eventually win the game, and they ended up pitching Jonathan Diaz in his spot. But Wu left the game. So that was kind of the news out of the White Sox and the Mariners yesterday, that Wu did not start. He was a real late scratch yesterday, I believe just a couple of hours before game time. We found out Wu would not be making it. So here you go, White Sox and the Mariners here in this one with Cannon and Miller. 250 favorite here, it feels like right now. Maybe it's a little less at this point. But, hey, White Sox hung in there yesterday. Doesn't feel like the Mariners are blowing anybody out here all of a sudden. But I would think with Miller, maybe this one can be under control a little bit here. I kind of want to think this one will be a low-scoring game. I really want to try to get on this Chicago White Sox money line or a run line today. Maybe that is what I'm maybe they can get this run line for the White Sox. They've lost 17 of their last 19 games. Cannon, strictly an opener here. The White Sox will try to piece it together against Miller. Mariners are 5-2 with Miller on the mound. He's got a 4.76 ERA in his last 3 starts. In one career start against the White Sox, 7 innings, 1 earned run. Seattle's won 12 of their last 16. They've gone under in 8 of their last 11 at home. White Sox have gone over in 8 of their last 11 overall, but we're in Seattle here. Feels like Miller could have a handle on this situation. Oh man, can I really be on these White Sox? Let me get your comments. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. Dave here, he's got the Mariners. And here's Andrew. He's got the Mariners run line. He's got K-prop on Miller. Here's Mariners for Darren. Dave's on the under here. I'm getting blown out, says Twisted. And see what else here. Elliot going to go under in this one. And that's probably where I feel like I kind of want to go. We ended up with a push yesterday. I tried to go over in the game, but I'll go under here with Elliott. Kind of want to go premium here, but with a bullpen game for the White Sox, and it just kind of seemed to get a little bit loose there at the end, I'll go under as my play here on the show. And Thomas says, what is Cannon's ERA right now? Oh gosh, let's see. Again, he's only going to be in there for an inning or two as an opener here. Currently has a 5.94 ERA. He can go more than one inning. In his 4 games, 3 starts, 16 and 2/3 innings. So it does appear to me like he could go 3 or 4 innings. Funny thing is, he also has a save. Nice. That's pretty nice. All right. And that, oh gosh, no, we're not done. Angels and Diamondbacks with Soriano against the Slade Ciccone. We had a premium pick winner yesterday on the over in this one with the Angels and the Diamondbacks. For the Angels, they come in here with Soriano on the mound. Soriano has a 5 ERA in his last 3 starts. The Angels, they've actually won 4 of their last 7 games. Break them up. The Diamondbacks with Ciccone struggling here still right now. 7 ERA in his last 4 games, 4 appearances. I think he might have had a relief stint in there. I'm not sure, but he has not been looking well. Last 2 games at home, 0-2 with a 10.8 ERA. Ciccone, they've gone under in 5 of his 7 starts. Arizona's won 7 of their last 10. They've gone over in 9 of their last 11 games. We had the over yesterday, but reported to you right here on the show, the widely reported steam has come in on the under here. We're looking at mostly 8.5s across the landscape right now with these two. So I don't know if I like necessarily Arizona here, but maybe I can just trust this. I don't even know if I can trust this team. Let me get your comments. Help! And I don't know if you guys are going to have anything on this game. Wow. I'm going to take the Angels. And I'm going to take them on the money line here in this one at plus $1.25. Maybe if you want to grab a little run line, the run line cost is a little bit too much here, but I'm going to try the Angels. This is a Hopefully a bad matchup with some volatility involved. All right, maybe Elliott took the under, and what did Thomas say? This is a time for the money line dice, Thomas, right? I'm. This is a time where we got to have the money line dice for the play. Let's go to the last game, a much better game here. Rangers and Dodgers with Bueller and I believe John Gray. Is John Gray going to get the start here, I believe, in this one for the Rangers? I think so. The line is between $1.75 and $1.95 coming into this one, but I think I'm expecting to see John Gray here. Yeah, definitely. One line service doesn't have them listed yet, so. But I think didn't the Rangers weren't they kind of sketchy yesterday with naming their starting pitcher yesterday? We didn't even have it on the air yesterday either, and later we found out Dane Dunning was going to be the starter. I think that's what I was talking about. I think I was confusing it with Sonny Gray being in there, right? Because John Gray did pitch. He made his last start a few days ago. Certainly, he hasn't been on the shelf. Okay, I always get my Grays wrong, but I do know that this will be John Gray going up against Walker Bueller, who in the chat said the other day, "Where is Walker Bueller?" Here he is in this one, and well, I don't know. Of course, I want to go against the Dodgers anytime I can. This might be the day. Could I do it as a premium, or will I do it on the show? See if we get some comments from you. I'll preview the game, then we'll get the WNBA game. We'll get on out of here. Thank you so much for joining me here on the morning's team today. For Gray, he's got a 1.67 ERA in his last 5 starts, but it was back on. Let me see here. I want to get that right now. Okay, no, it was. He pitched a 2 1/3 innings in that start on June 8th against the Giants when we gave him 1 hit. He had a start against the Phillies on May 21st. So I'm gonna take the Rangers here in this one on the what's the run line? I think the run line is going to be a little bit too high for me. Minus 130. All right, give me the Rangers on the run line here in this one. Maybe I'm gonna sprinkle the money line for sure, but I'm gonna make a change there. I was gonna take them on the money line here on the show, but I want to give everyone a chance to win if they're seeing me here for the first time. And I do go conservative on my video plays. Maybe more favorites, maybe more unders. You guys know how I roll here, but you get my premium picks over at Tony'sPicks.com. And those are my best picks every day here at Tony's Picks. All right, let's take a look. A few more comments. Thank you, Elliot. Like and subscribe to this video and channel. I've seen a few comments on those others. Thomas, maybe on the Dodgers here. Want to get you some steam here, Jeff. If you're out there, the Brewers are on the move right now. The Brewers look to be taking some steam here in their game against Toronto today. You might be hearing from me in this one, subscribers. Here, maybe we should get on it now. If you do, I'm not sure I'm ready to add it yet. So if I do have some of my subscribers in the chat, take note. But it was game I'm heavily looking at. I hope the line doesn't get away from me that I can't recommend it here. They are going to be a slight favorite, moving up to $1.20 or so right now. Milwaukee today against Toronto. Milwaukee taking steam right now against the Blue Jays. Thought the price was a little. Good look, Bassett's been, up and down. So we'll see. All right. Few more comments. Bueller and the Dodgers from Mike. Here comes a consensus today. Just 3 plays. Orioles money line. Yankees run line. And what was the other one? Baltimore, Yankees. Andrew wants Rangers reverse run line. Okay, I'm down. And let's see here. Darren likes the Dodgers on the run line today. All right. Give me the Rangers here in this one. I'll take them on the run line. I'll take them on the money line. I'll take them on the reverse run line. Go Rangers. Beat those sorry Dodgers. All right. I think Mike's on the Dodgers. That's it for the baseball segment. We got one WNBA game, and this show is over. We got to get out of here. Sun and Sky in this one. I took the Sky on the show last night with Tony. I'm probably going to go with a premium here on the total. Take a look at that total actually right now. Wow. Hello. We're down here to 153 at a lot of spots with Connecticut, the best defensive team in the league. Chicago, they could stand to improve defensively after losing 89-80 to Atlanta at home on Saturday without Williams. You guys were commenting about it in the chat. She's out indefinitely with that knee injury, but it's allowed Cardoso to step into the starting lineup, and it looks like she'll be pretty good. Do want to have Williams in there, no doubt. I'm still going to take the Sky here, plus the points. Look, I got it wrong with Connecticut last game. I thought because I guess they blew it a little bit against the Liberty, that they wouldn't have a care in the world against the Fever, and if they could beat the Fever, they would do so and not. But every team is motivated for Caitlin Clark. That was a big mistake by me to overlook that fact. First meeting was 86-82 in favor of the Sun. Chicago did cover here in Chicago, 5 points. Connecticut just 1-2 against the spread on the road in that game. We hear, you remember the incident with, Chicago and Indiana and Kennedy knocking over Caitlin with her shoulder. Well, nobody said anything when Alyssa Thomas, the legendary player for the Sun, knocked over Angel Reese the first time these two teams played. I didn't hear a big public outcry about that hard foul that Alyssa Thomas put on Reese. It was definitely a veteran giving the bump to the rookie. As hard as a hit I've seen in the league this year. No one said anything about that one. So, anyways, maybe the Sky can have a little bit of motivation. Maybe this will be the letdown spot for the Sun. They're 10-1, 5-6 against the spread. Chicago just 4-6, but 5-5 against the spread. This is a Commissioner's Cup game. Connecticut cannot make the championship. The Liberty will host the Commissioner's Cup game. That's already been determined here, but they do actually get, I believe, a prize for winning the game. I think it's like $7,000 for the winning players of the game. Oh. Anyways, you would take it. All right, and by the way, the Sun will be, or the Liberty will be most likely. We don't know yet. Seattle has to play one more game against the Wings. Let me see here. They played Minnesota, right? Minnesota got that win. So Minnesota, yeah. Liberty and Minnesota. Okay. So give me the Sky. Oh, Phoenix. I'm sorry. Phoenix in the also they're in the West. I can't forget that. They're 3-1 as well with a game in hand, and they beat Minnesota. So we'll see what happens in the West. Sorry about that. We're talking about the East anyways. So give me the Sky here in this one. +7 tonight in the W. And if you've got a comment, let me know. We'll wrap up the show. And here is the Sun. Rays on the Sun. Here comes the Sun. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate you. Thomas is going over. Twisted Sky and under. Thank you, Andrew. Really appreciate it. That's what I do too. I do too. One of the first things I met when I said Tony, I think it's so not, I was like, I love that when Tony pauses to get the date, and now I do it too. So I know what he feels like actually when he does it now. All right. Elliot likes it over. I'll have a premium in the game for sure. Check me out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages, including mine here. Join me tomorrow morning steam, 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 Pacific. We'll be on the air while they're at the U.S. Open tomorrow. So remember, I'm just going with Scotty. I don't have anything else for you here. I'm really just going to give out, I'll probably do a lot of betting on the U.S. Open, but for my play, look, anybody can go on and give out Scotty Scheffler, right? But I give out some golf picks here every week, and I don't give out Scotty Scheffler every week. Try to beat Scotty Scheffler on a lot of those weeks on the weekly grind. Yeah, he won, he wins, and but here on an extremely difficult course, I like the talent to rise to the top, less volatility with an extremely difficult course, in my opinion. All right, that's going to do it. Morning Steam, back with you again tomorrow. Appreciate it. Right here, Tony's Picks YouTube channel. So long.
Can it be showing up with Tony T? Yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, be funnelling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning steam is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated.